Hi,
Hey,
how are you? Nice to meet you, and thank you for having this little time for us. Let's talk about the Space Cadet.
yeah.
What inspiring you to write and direct Space Cadet, and what was the process of taking this idea from concept to screen?
Exhausting. Exhausting was the process. So what inspired it was a news item a few years ago where NASA announced that for the first time ever, their new class of astronaut candidates was 50% female. And I saw that in the news and I was really intrigued by that as a milestone. And so I started to read about it,
Mhm.
read about like, well, what do you have to do to even make it to that point?
A lot.
And I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that there are people out there in the world who are so accomplished professionally, academically. They're in the military. They're
Mhm.
like, and then that's just to even be considered.
Mhm.
So I liked the idea of making a movie, particularly about those kind of women, right? Because like
Mhm.
I know a lot of women who really have it together
Oh yeah.
and are like, right. And I feel like we don't see, like, I hadn't seen a comedy about a bunch of those women competing with each other, not for a man, but competing with each other to go to space. I just thought it would be so funny to see that. Um, and to give women and girls and female identifying people our space movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so a Space Cadet combines comedy with ambition of space travel. How you did balance the humor with the technical details of a space training? Ha!
So much research. I mean, just to be able to write a joke about, like to have these characters flirt with each other while
Mhm.
talking about space, I had to do a lot of research because I don't know anything. So it was like I was taking myself back to school. Thank
Oh.
goodness for the internet. Um, and yeah, and I read a bunch of memoirs written by astronauts. That was
Mhm.
really helpful. And there are different blogs that astronauts keep about the different experiments that they do. The experiment where they're all trapped in that dome.
Mhm.
I mean, they do that, but with a tent on the side of a volcano. I
Oh.
mean, these people are tough.
You work with Emma Roberts, Gabrielle Union. What was the process of casting, and what these actors bring to the table in their roles?
Well, so casting the bigger roles like Emma and Gabrielle and Tom, in those
Mhm.
cases, I was, seeking them out because I knew who they were and I knew their work. And so I would write them letters and, it would make them offers. And then with the smaller roles, we had a casting director who called in all these really talented people and they made audition tapes.
Mhm.
So there are a lot of those people who made audition tapes, and I just picked them because they were so wonderful. And everyone brought a lot to their character. I mean, I really wanted everybody to feel free to improvise and feel like they could bring more of themselves and their own zany ideas to the table. And they did. They really did. There are so many moments in there that are just things that the actors made up.
What was more challenge to do this moving, because with the space, my husband is a space command. We've been in Satellite Beach, we've been in Cape Canaveral, we've been all over. And it's like, having all these images because I saw it, I was like, I've been there, I've seen this. How was the more challenging to do having, working with NASA? I don't know if you work with NASA, how was the process to get all these coming together?
Well, so we didn't wind up working officially with NASA because the premise of the movie is so silly. It's like, you know, we wouldn't want NASA to undermine their credibility by saying that a bartender could make up her resume and then go to space. Um, you know, they wished us well, but it was not.
I asked you because I know I think I interviewed the director in Terrestrial, and he said he used images from launchings from NASA, you know, with IMAX and, you know, all this.
Right, right. So then we wound up, yeah, using footage of shuttle launches, space launches. And then we went to the Air and Space Museum in Huntington, Alabama, where
Okay.
they, you know, they are affiliated with NASA, but
Mm-hmm.
they have all of these rockets and shuttles and replicas of the space station because they do that incredibly cool space camp there. So
Mm-hmm.
we shot there for a week to get all of
Wow.
that stuff that would be too hard to build, you
Oh
know?
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, what do you expect the audience to get from this movie? Because the movie is like, you know, Rex, she's so ambitious. And then we have a space travel, which is really hard. It's not that easy to get. But what you expect the people, you know, the audience to get from this movie?
Well, I hope that people laugh and have a good time. And I hope that they also think about dreams of theirs that they might not have pursued yet. I hope that it makes them take themselves more seriously. I know that's a lofty goal for a movie, but I did read that more women signed up to go to law school after Legally Blonde came out.
Yep.
And if I could in any way overcome the bias against women in STEM by showing this very, you know, ordinary, unpretentious woman entering that field, that would be a huge accomplishment.
It was really funny. I really love the movie. Well, thank you so much. And I wish you the best. And the movie is actually really good. I have a blast with it.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you so much. It was so nice talking to you.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.